Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for being with me. I have a belated birthday tribute to Mick Jones of The Clash. Now, as of right now filming this, it's about a month after his birthday. But let's talk about Mick Jones. Before I do, I want to remind you to like and subscribe so you can see more videos coming your way. Thanks for the support. He's been beat up. He's been thrown out, but he's not down. Before I start the story, I want to thank all the people who have come on as subscribers recently. Thanks for your support. Michael Jeffrey Jones is a British musician, singer, songwriter, a record producer, and best known as the co-founder and lead guitarist of The Clash. Not to be confused with Mick Jones of the American band Foreigner. Interestingly enough, both Mick Joneses were the guitarist and were producers. Mick Jones of Foreigner, just slightly older. Jones was born on the 22nd of June, 1955 in Wandsworth, London, to a Welsh father, Tommy Jones, and a Russian Jewish mother, Renee Zagansky. Jones went to Strand School in South London and the West London School of Art and Design because that's how you get into bands and stuff. His words. At 21, him and his friend Paul Simonon were introduced to Joe Strummer by their soon-to-be manager, Bernard Rhodes, at a squat house in Shepherd's Bush. And the rest is history. Michael Jeffrey Jones played in The Clash from 1976 all the way up until 1983. In 1984, he formed Big Audio Dynamite with his good friend Don Letts, and they lasted from 84 all the way up until 1997. They have had a few reunions, 2002 and 2011. After that band dissolved, Jones formed Carbon Sylicon with another good friend, Tony James, formerly of the band Generation X, in 2002. He's also played in Gorlilaz back in 2010. In addition, he's collaborated with Pete Wiley and members of The Farm for their Justice Tonight band. He's produced numerous bands in the UK, and one of his most famous was the Libertines. He's collaborated on recordings with artists like the Wallflowers, the Flaming Lips, Brian Eno, Billy Bragg, Shane MacGowan, Los Fabulosos Cadillacs, to name a few. And all of this is just scratching the surface of a busy, highly productive, and creative career in music. On a personal note, as far as The Clash go, I originally fixated on their frontman, Joe Strummer, when I became a middle school Clash fanatic. I was so into this band, and they had already broken up by the time I got into them. There was Mick on the side of Joe Strummer doing these amazing athletic leaps in the air and singing backing vocals in unison on nearly all the songs. I was a big fan of this original classic lineup of The Clash with drummer Topper Headon. Once Topper Headon was gone from the band and Mick Jones was booted out of the band, I knew that there wouldn't be the same band anymore. And I think everybody who was really into The Clash knew that as well. I couldn't take their last album, Cut the Crap, seriously, and I never listened to it. To me, the real Clash's last album was Combat Rock. Joe Strummer is on record as saying that after booting Topper, the drummer, and Mick Jones, it was one of the biggest regrets of his life. And I can see why. He effectively ended what was a really great band. Mick remained friends with Paul Simonon and Joe Strummer of The Clash, but I think he made it a point never to go back or try to reunite so that he could concentrate on his own music going forward. Some of the truly great Mick Jones-led songs, to me, are The Prisoner, Stay Free, I'm Not Down, Train in Vain, Someone Got Murdered, and, of course, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Sometimes I try to imagine the story, the inner story of Mick Jones's early life. For much of his boyhood, he lived with his maternal grandmother, and he was without both his mother and father. I wonder what that might have been like, if that had brought sadness to him. By all accounts, he had a great relationship with his grandmother, and if the lack of a mother and father in his life hurt him, he must have had a tremendous amount of internal strength and support from his grandmother to propel him into the career that he created for himself. In addition, when the band that made him successful booted him out, I wonder what that was like too, if that was sad for him. Just thinking about him as a person, but also as a huge fan of his music. Now, I've never met him, and unfortunately, I've never seen them perform. But I'm wondering, are you a fan of Mick Jones? Are you a fan of The Clash or any of the bands that Mick Jones has led? I'd love to hear your Mick Jones story. Please leave it below in the comments. I look forward to hearing your stories. And I thank you once again for being here with me. I'll see you in another story.